guys? I bet you've never seen anything like what I'm about to show you. We're about to change the entire world in just 60 seconds. That's right, we're talking about World Peace Development Holdings Limited and their insane Peaceism Ecosystem. They're throwing this crazy event called the World Peace Safety and Global Resilience Services EXPO on December 28, 2026, and it's gonna be absolutely nuts. Alright, check this out. The world's facing some pretty intense stuff right now, like 100 million people displaced by conflicts and disasters. But Peaceism is here to flip the script. We're talking next-level conflict resolution that could stop wars in days, disaster prep that can evacuate entire cities in hours, and cybersecurity so good it'll block 1 million attacks per second. This isn't just about peace, it's about building a future so awesome you won't believe it's real. Let's go make history.
Welcome to Healthcare for All, where we explore the future of universal healthcare and preventive care. Over the next hour, you'll hear from AI-generated experts sharing innovative models that aim to make healthcare accessible, affordable, and effective for everyone. Discover how preventive care can reduce costs and improve lives, and learn about the latest strategies to integrate mental health into our healthcare systems. After these inspiring presentations, join our AI-moderated debate to explore different frameworks for mental health integration, addressing challenges and opportunities. Together, let's envision a healthier, more equitable future for all. Universal healthcare is not a luxury. It is a human right. When we treat health as a privilege reserved for those who can pay, we divide societies into two realities: those who can heal and those who are left behind. But when we recognize health as a public good, we unlock an engine of social progress that benefits everyone. Look at the Nordic countries. Their universal healthcare systems are not perfect, but they ensure that a child born in a rural village has the same right to a doctor as a child born in a capital city. Rwanda, after the devastation of genocide, rebuilt its healthcare system around equity, and today, more than 90% of its citizens are covered. These examples prove that universal healthcare is possible, even in resource-constrained settings. And the impact goes far beyond medicine. Studies consistently show that universal healthcare strengthens economies. A healthy workforce is more productive. Fewer families fall into poverty due to medical bills. Communities become more resilient against crises, from pandemics to climate shocks. So the question is, not can we afford universal healthcare, but rather can we afford not to? Every delay, every year of inaction costs us lives, potential, and opportunities for human flourishing. But let's be clear. Universal healthcare is not a one-size-fits-all formula. Each country must design a model that fits its unique context, its culture, its resources, its people. Some may lean on public systems. Others may blend private and public partnerships. What matters is the principle that no one is denied care because of who they are or what they earn. Preventive care is the most powerful yet most underutilized tool in healthcare. Every dollar invested in prevention saves up to $5 in treatment. Think about that. A small investment in keeping people healthy spares families the devastating costs of hospital stays, lost wages, and chronic illness. Yet too often, our systems wait for disease to appear before they act. What if we flipped the script? Instead of waiting for heart disease, we invested in nutrition education and regular blood pressure screenings. Instead of focusing only on cancer treatment, we emphasized early detection through accessible screenings. Instead of treating diabetes once it has advanced, We built healthier food systems and promoted active lifestyles at the community level. The evidence is clear. Prevention transforms healthcare from reactive to proactive. It changes the very definition of what it means to be healthy. Health becomes not simply the absence of disease, but the presence of well-being. And prevention is not just about the individual. It's about systems and communities. When a city invests in clean air policies, it prevents asthma and lung disease for thousands. When schools prioritize physical activity and balanced meals, they lay the foundation for a healthier generation. When governments fund vaccination programs, they save millions of lives and billions of dollars. But prevention requires long-term vision and political courage, because the benefits of prevention are not always immediate. Politicians may not see the results in a single election cycle, yet the payoff for humanity is enormous. Imagine a healthcare system where illness is the exception, not the norm. A system that celebrates wellness as much as it responds to disease. A world where your local clinic isn't just a place you go when you're sick, but a hub for health promotion, education, and community connection. That is the power of prevention. Not just saving money, not just saving lives, but building societies where health is sustained, protected, and shared by all. Artificial intelligence is already reshaping healthcare. From predicting disease outbreaks to detecting the earliest signs of cancer, AI tools are democratizing access to life-saving insights. A rural clinic with limited staff can now use AI-driven diagnostics to catch diseases earlier than ever before. A smartphone app can track subtle changes in speech or movement, signaling neurological conditions before they advance. And global health agencies use AI to map and predict epidemics, buying precious time to save lives. But here's the truth. AI is not magic. It is not a cure-all. And it must never be allowed to replace the human touch at the heart of medicine. The key is balance. Technology must complement human care, not compete with it. Why? Because healthcare is not only about data, it is about trust. A machine can read a scan, but only a human doctor can hold your hand when you are afraid. An algorithm can flag a risk, but only a nurse can explain it with compassion and help you feel safe. If we design wisely, AI can take away the heavy burdens, the repetitive tasks, the administrative overload, the delays in diagnosis, freeing clinicians to do what they do best: care. Imagine doctors spending less time typing into computers and more time listening to their patients. Imagine health workers in underserved areas gaining the same decision support tools as those in the world's best hospitals. Of course, there are challenges: data privacy, bias in algorithms, unequal access to digital tools. If left unchecked, AI could widen inequalities instead of reducing them. That is why ethics and inclusivity must guide innovation at every step. Together, we can create smarter, more compassionate healthcare ecosystems. Systems where artificial intelligence strengthens human intelligence, where efficiency serves empathy, where technology is not the story, but the instrument that allows the story of human healing to unfold with more dignity and more reach than ever before. As a voice for patients, I want to remind us, behind every policy, every system, every budget decision is a person. Someone's mother, father, child. It's easy, when we talk about healthcare, to get lost in numbers, cost per capita, coverage percentages, mortality rates. These statistics are important, but they are not the whole story, because behind each number is a life. Behind every data point is a human being who dreams, struggles, and deserves dignity. Healthcare is not only about curing illness, it is about dignity, trust, and hope. It is about whether a young mother feels safe walking into a clinic, whether an elderly man can afford his medicine without choosing between food and treatment, whether a teenager struggling with depression finds someone who listens. I once heard a patient describe healthcare as a doorway. For some, that doorway is wide open, affordable, welcoming, easy to walk through. For others, the doorway is locked, blocked by cost, distance, or stigma. A true healthcare for all system ensures that the doorway is open to everyone, no matter who they are or where they come from. And here's the truth. Patients know what they need. Too often, systems are designed without listening to the very people they serve. If we want healthcare that works, we must design it not just for people, but with people. That means listening to patient voices in policy rooms, including communities in decisions about care, and respecting the lived experiences of those most affected. Because healthcare is not charity. It is not something given to the poor or marginalized. It is a partnership between systems and citizens, built on respect. A healthcare for all system listens to its people and ensures no one is left behind. Yes, mental health must be integrated. 1 in 4 people will face a mental health challenge in their lifetime. That is not a statistic about them. It is a statistic about us, our families, our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends. Yet for too long, mental health has lived in the shadows of healthcare, treated as optional, secondary, or somehow less urgent. By integrating mental health into primary care, we change that story. We reduce stigma by making mental health a normal, routine part of the healthcare journey. When a patient comes for a checkup, screening for depression should be as natural as checking blood pressure. When someone visits their local clinic, access to counseling or mental health support should be as expected as access to antibiotics. Integration improves access. In many countries, there are far too few psychiatrists, psychologists, or specialists. But primary care providers are everywhere. In community clinics, in local health centers, in the places people already go for help. Equipping them with tools, training, and resources to address mental health expands the reach of care exponentially. And most importantly, integration treats the whole person, body and mind, together. We know that mental health impacts physical health. Depression worsens outcomes for diabetes and heart disease. Stress weakens the immune system. Trauma affects recovery from illness. To separate the mind from the body is not only artificial, it is dangerous. Without integration, we continue to treat mental health as an afterthought instead of a fundamental part of health. The result? People suffer in silence. Families carry burdens alone. Economies lose billions in productivity. And lives are cut short, not by disease alone, but by despair. Imagine instead a system where mental health is not hidden in specialist clinics or whispered in shame, but welcomed openly at the very front door of healthcare. A system where seeking help for depression is as ordinary and as accepted as seeking help for the flu. Integration sounds ideal, but we must proceed cautiously. There is no question that mental health is essential. No one here would deny its importance. But the challenge lies not in recognizing the need. It lies in how we build systems that actually deliver care. Many healthcare systems around the world are already underfunded, understaffed, and overstretched. In some places, clinics lack enough doctors to handle even basic physical health needs. Nurses are working double shifts, supplies are short, and patients wait hours just to be seen. To add mental health to this already fragile system, without major new resources, risks overwhelming it even further. Integration without investment can dilute care quality for both physical and mental health. A general practitioner may be asked to diagnose and treat depression in the morning, manage diabetes in the afternoon, and handle emergencies in between. Often without the specialized training or time required, the result could be well-intentioned but ineffective care. Specialized systems, when properly funded and staffed, may serve patients better. Mental health requires expertise, psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, community counselors. It requires environments where confidentiality, time, and trust are prioritized. Folding it into primary care without the right safeguards risks reducing complex issues into checklists, or worse, missing them altogether. And let's be honest, integration is not cost neutral. It demands investment in training, infrastructure, supervision, and ongoing support. Without that, we may raise expectations but fail to meet them, leaving patients disillusioned and providers burned out. So the real question is not whether mental health matters. It does. The question is whether integration is the most effective and sustainable path forward for every context. In some systems, the answer may be yes. In others, building strong, well-funded, specialized mental health services alongside primary care may be more realistic and effective.
Hi there, I'm Miss Sarah. Well, I guess you could call me Peaceism. Yeah, peace works. Let me show you something important. See these people? They're all struggling with healthcare. It's tough out there. But what if I told you there's a way to change all this? Enter World Peace Development Holdings Limited. They've got this amazing idea called the Peaceism Ecosystem. It's all about bringing people together, you know? Healthcare for everyone. Watch this. See how everything's connecting? Now look, people are healthier, happier, and more peaceful. Cool, right? Want to be part of this change? Join us at the Healthcare for All EXPO. Together, we're building a sustainable future. How's that for world peace? Remember, a healthy world is a peaceful world. See you soon.
Have you ever stopped to think about what being healthy truly means? For so long, many of us have viewed health as simply the absence of disease. We go about our busy lives, often ignoring the small whispers from our bodies, until one day those whispers become a shout. A diagnosis, a persistent pain, a feeling of complete burnout. We then rush to find a fix, a pill, a procedure to make the problem go away. But what if we could change this story? What if, instead of waiting to react to illness, we could proactively build a foundation of wellness that makes us more resilient, joyful, and full of life every single day? This is the very heart of a new and empowering movement in healthcare. This isn't about chasing perfection or following extreme restrictive diets. It is about a fundamental shift in our mindset. It's about moving from a reactive model of sick care to a proactive model of genuine healthcare. The exciting part is that you don't have to do this alone. In fact, the most powerful way to embrace this change is by connecting with others. Shifting our focus at its core, proactive health is a beautifully simple idea. It is about taking intentional actions to protect and enhance your well-being before you get sick. Think of your health like a garden. The reactive approach is to wait until the garden is overrun with weeds and pests, and then desperately try to salvage what's left. The proactive approach is to tend to the garden every day. You nurture the soil with good nutrients. You provide it with regular sunlight and water. You gently remove any small weeds before they have a chance to take over. This consistent, gentle care results in a garden that is vibrant, strong, and resilient. This shift from treatment to prevention is one of the most important things we can do for our long-term vitality. Proactive health looks at the whole person, not just a set of symptoms. Show diagram of 4 interconnected circles: food, movement, sleep, relaxation. What we eat, how we move, how we sleep, how we relax. It acknowledges these areas are interconnected. A poor night's sleep can lead to poor food choices the next day. Chronic stress can disrupt our sleep. A lack of movement can impact our mood and energy levels. By making small, positive adjustments in each area, we create an upward spiral of well-being. It's not about running a marathon tomorrow if you haven't run a mile in years. Choosing to take the stairs instead of the lift. Adding 1 extra portion of vegetables to your dinner plate. Switching off your phone an hour before bed to allow your mind to unwind. Now that we understand what proactive health is, let's talk about the network part. For centuries, we have known that humans are social creatures. We thrive on connection, community, a sense of belonging. A wellness network takes this fundamental human need and applies it to our health journey. It is a group of people who come together, either in person or online, with a shared intention of supporting one another. This support system transforms health from a lonely individual struggle into a shared, collaborative adventure. It provides accountability, encouragement, a space to share both challenges and successes. Think about how much easier it is to go for a walk when you have arranged to meet a friend. On a day when you feel tired or unmotivated, knowing someone is waiting for you can be the gentle nudge you need. This is the magic of a wellness network in action. These networks are not about professional medical advice. They are about peer-to-peer support. We are far more likely to stick with positive habits when we feel connected to others on the same path. This shared experience creates a powerful sense of camaraderie that can be incredibly motivating. The beauty of a wellness network is its diversity. It can take so many different forms to suit different personalities and needs. Weekly cooking club exploring healthy recipes together. Colleagues taking a mindful lunch break away from their desks. An online forum for new parents sharing tips on stress and sleep. A WhatsApp group where friends check in daily to share health wins. Ultimately, these networks help normalize healthy behaviors. When you are surrounded by people who prioritize well-being, it starts to feel natural and normal for you to do the same. If everyone around you orders sugary drinks and fast food, it can be hard to be the only one ordering water and a salad. But in a wellness network, making the healthier choice becomes the easy choice. This social reinforcement is incredibly powerful. It reshapes our environment and habits to feel supportive and inclusive rather than isolating or restrictive. For most of modern history, our healthcare system has been built on a reactive foundation. We wait for something to break, and then we try to fix it. If you get a chest infection, you get antibiotics. If you have high blood pressure, you are given medication to lower it. While this approach is essential for acute illnesses and emergencies, it is far less effective for the rising tide of chronic lifestyle-related diseases. Conditions like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and many forms of mental health struggles often develop slowly, over decades of subtle imbalances. By the time a diagnosis is made, the root causes have become deeply entrenched. Imagine your health is like a boat. The reactive approach is to wait until the boat is full of water and starting to sink before you begin frantically bailing it out. It's stressful, exhausting, and you are always just one big wave away from disaster. The proactive approach involves regularly checking the boat for tiny leaks and patching them up as soon as you find them. You are not waiting for a crisis. Small, regular acts of maintenance keep the boat strong, dry, and sailing smoothly. This is a far more sensible and sustainable way to navigate the waters of life. Acting early, long before symptoms become severe, allows us to address the root causes of potential illness, not just the downstream effects. Instead of waiting for a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes, a proactive approach would focus on lifestyle factors that contribute to insulin resistance in the first place. Improving your diet to stabilize blood sugar. Incorporating regular movement to help your muscles use glucose more effectively. Managing stress, which can also impact blood sugar levels. By making these changes early on, you may be able to prevent the disease from ever developing, which is a far better outcome than managing it for the rest of your life. This preventative mindset leads to better long-term outcomes and dramatically improves quality of life. Living with a chronic illness often involves daily medication, frequent doctor's visits, and limitations. It can take a toll on your energy, mood, and finances. Investing proactively means more freedom, more energy, more joy. You know, the wonderful thing about proactive wellness networks is that they are often hiding in plain sight. Honestly, you do not need to look far to find them. They come in all shapes and sizes, catering to every interest and fitness level. One of the most common and accessible examples is a community fitness group. Think Park Run, a free event in local parks every Saturday morning. It brings together people of all ages, people walking, people jogging, runners hitting 5 kilometers. A yoga studio that fosters community. Neighbors meeting for a morning walk 3 times a week. These groups make movement social and fun. Online communities are powerful wellness networks. You can find a supportive group for almost any health goal. Facebook groups for whole food diets, recipe shares, practical tips, and encouragement. Apps like Strava help runners and cyclists cheer each other on. Online mental health forums offer anonymous support. These digital tribes can be a lifeline for those who feel isolated. Workplace wellness initiatives, lunchtime meditation sessions, subsidized gym memberships, step challenge leaderboards, boost physical and mental health, build team bonds, and shift culture into support. Informal social clubs, a hiking group on local trails, a healthy cooking club, a book club focused on health. These networks weave health into our social lives, making it a natural and enjoyable way to connect. When you join or create a proactive health network, the benefits extend far beyond the purely physical. Yes, you may see improvements in weight, blood pressure, and energy levels. But the ripple effect enhances overall happiness and well-being. Connection and camaraderie act as an antidote to loneliness and isolation. Feeling part of a community and sharing a goal can boost mood and self-esteem. A single word of encouragement can turn a difficult day around. Regular positive social interactions reduce stress, anxiety, and feelings of depression. Group exercise gives you endorphins from activity, plus oxytocin from social bonding. That combination equals greater happiness. Being part of a network increases purpose and motivation. Committing to show up, a weekly walk, a daily check-in, creates grounding routine. Accountability keeps you on track when motivation wanes. Seeing others' progress fuels belief that change is possible. That positive feedback loop builds momentum. These networks strengthen community ties. Neighborhoods and workplaces improve. Prioritizing wellness together creates a stronger, kinder, more vibrant society. The idea of starting your own wellness network might sound intimidating, but it can be one of the most rewarding things you ever do. The key is to start small and keep it simple. You do not need a formal structure, a fancy name, or a complicated agenda. All you need is a clear intention and one or two other people to join you. Think about an activity that brings you joy and fits easily into your life. Being in nature or learning to cook healthier meals. Choose something you are genuinely excited about. Once you have an idea, reach out and invite others. Your partner, a close friend, a family member, a colleague. Keep it low pressure and focus on connection and shared fun. I'm thinking of starting a weekly walk around the local park on Saturday mornings. Or, I'm creating a WhatsApp group to share simple, quick recipes. Decide simple logistics and remove barriers. Don't worry about perfection. The most important thing is to get started. Your small circle can evolve organically. What begins as a walking group might try a yoga class together or organize a healthy potluck dinner. Remember, focus on encouragement, not competition. Create a culture where everyone can share wins and struggles without judgment. Celebrate small victories, choosing a healthy snack, getting an extra hour of sleep. Offer support, not criticism. The strength of your network comes from kindness and consistency. If starting your own network doesn't feel right, there are many welcoming communities to join, right in your local area and online. Check local notice boards and council websites for walking groups, dance classes, Tai Chi in the park, allotment societies, and more. Explore hobbies, running clubs, park run, meditation groups, cooking classes, college workshops, and health food shop sessions. The digital world is vast. Facebook groups for intermittent fasting or wild swimming, and sites like Meetup to find hiking, yoga, wellness, or healthy eating near you. Try a few groups to find the right vibe. When you find a potential group, take the first step and reach out or show up. Every member was new once. Email the organizer, introduce yourself, ask questions, or just be brave and drop in. Go with a curious, open mind. Listen, get to know people. You might not find the perfect fit immediately, and that's okay. The journey is part of the adventure. We have journeyed through proactive health and the power of networks. It's not about grand changes, but small, consistent steps. Water in the morning, a 5-minute lunch walk, calling a friend. Repeated day after day, they compound into transformation. A more resilient body, a calmer mind,